What if the future of the Lakers' legacy isn't written on hardwood courts or in highlight reels, but in the invisible chess game of timing, contracts, and whispers in the front office? What if the next dynasty, the one that will either burn bright or flicker out, hinges not on the thunderous dunks of our heroes, but on seizing the fleeting moment when fate and opportunity collide? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this drama. Now, lean in, because something quietly seismic is stirring beneath the surface of the NBA, something that could ripple through Los Angeles and the entire league like a shockwave. Jrue Holiday, yes, Jrue, that veteran guard whose name has lately been tinged with doubt, debate, and desire, is suddenly a tantalizing prospect for the Lakers. On paper, he might seem past his prime, a 35-year-old with health questions shadowing his every step and a contract that could weigh heavy on any contender's cap space. Yet, those who watch the game deeper see more than just aging stats and salary figures. They see a seasoned warrior, a clutch performer, a two-time NBA champion whose defensive tenacity has earned him 6 selections to the all-defensive team, and whose veteran savvy could be the missing piece to a Lakers puzzle that still feels unsolved. The buzz around Jrue has intensified following his recent move from the Celtics to the Portland Trail Blazers, a trade that sent Anthony Simons the other way. Portland, armed with the freshly inked $41.6 million 3-year deal for Damian Lillard, suddenly finds themselves with a glaring choice: hold on to Holiday's experience and grit, or cash in on potential value before the clock chips away further. It's not just the Blazers gauging the market. Whispers within the Lakers organization hint they are quietly circling, contemplating how Jrue's blend of playoff-hardened defense and steady perimeter play might anchor their backcourt, especially as they craft a roster around the ageless ambition of LeBron James and the electric promise of Luka Doncic, who could arrive in LeBron's orbit soon enough. Statistically, Holiday's last season still packs a punch: nearly 11 points a game on 50% shooting, alongside steady contributions across rebounds, assists, steals, all while controlling turnovers more carefully than many guards in his tier. But to Los Angeles' powers that be, those numbers are just the surface. The real allure? His experience, 70 games last season showing durability, and a championship pedigree that could steady a ship in turbulent playoff seas. Financially, the Lakers are no strangers to maneuvering in tricky waters, but they're eyeing pragmatic moves that could pay dividends. More than $40.7 million in expiring contracts. Names like Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and Maxi Kleber give them breathing room to chase bold trades. While this very offseason they've fortified their roster with the savvy addition of Marcus Smart for tenacious defense, Adrien Ayton's interior presence, and rookie Jake LaRavia's youthful energy. The possibility of adding Jrue feels like a calculated risk with potentially high reward. A chance to plug a veteran guard who could synergize with LeBron's leadership and Luka's dynamism, creating a spine of experience and versatility that could elevate playoff contention from hopeful to feared. But here's the wrinkle: the Lakers face a bittersweet conundrum. Jrue's hefty contract, locked through 2027 to 28 with a player option north of $37 million in the final year, carries undeniable risk. Is he the luxury gamble worth making? Can his defenses hold up in an era of endless offensive firepower and beyond mere numbers? What toll would this put on the team's chemistry? On paper, Jrue's fit seems almost too natural to ignore, but the history of Lakers trade rumors teaches us painful lessons. Championship dynasties aren't built merely through assets, but through trust, timing, and an unyielding belief in each other. Damian Lillard's renewed commitment to Portland might signal a shift in Blazers' direction. Yet parting with Jrue may also risk destabilizing what veteran identity remains in that franchise. That push and pull between holding on and letting go, between the known path and uncharted gamble, is exactly where the Lakers find themselves, trapped between recapturing glory and risking costly misfires. And so, as the offseason buzz hums and silent calls pulse through Los Angeles' corridors of power, we can only wonder, what are the unseen conversations echoing in Rob Pelinka's office? In Darvin Ham's strategy sessions, are they envisioning Jrue closing out games alongside LeBron, crafting defensive schemes that stifle the league's rising stars? Or are they bracing for a future where opportunity slips and the Lakers remain chasing shadows of their former selves? As a lifelong Lakers fan, I can't help but feel that this moment, fraught with hope, tension, An uncertain promise might be one of the most pivotal crossroads since the Magic and Kobe era. It's a fragile dance on the edge of greatness and heartbreak, an echo of past glories threatening to be silenced or reborn. So is this the start of a new empire, or the beginning of our unraveling? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading everyone. Listen, Lakers Nation, if you don't feel that fire burning in your chest right now, if you don't sense the gravity of this looming chess match playing out beyond the buzzer, then you're sleeping on what might go down as the most critical fork in the road for our purple and golden years. This isn't just a potential trade rumor or a casual offseason flicker. This is the heartbeat throbbing beneath every decision. In that labyrinth of front office maneuvers, the silent crossroads, where legacies are won or shattered not by the flash of a crossover or the splash of a three, but by the quiet storm of risk, timing, and conviction. Imagine LeBron James not just as the aging colossus defying Father Time, but as a leader scrambling to redefine what a Lakers dynasty looks like in 2024. Because let's be honest, the clock isn't just ticking for him, it's screaming. This is LeBron's twilight act. His last dance isn't just a phrase, it's a deadline etched in sweat and dogged willpower. And with his monumental legacy on the line, how do you build a team around the king that doesn't just pay homage, but crashes back into the throne room with unyielding force? That's where Jrue Holiday's ghost starts to loom large, his blueprint etched in championship DNA and ironclad playoff defenses. But here's the twist nobody's loudly admitting. Yet adding Jrue isn't just a plug-and-play plug-in for the Lakers. It changes the chemistry, the identity, the very soul of this team. Imagine the burden falling anew on Anthony Davis, already the mercurial, pressure-torn heir to the Lakers' big man throne, now paired with a guard who demands and deserves the ball in those clutch moments. Can AD's crown-bearing shoulders carry that weight without cracking under the strain that haunted the post-Kobe era? We've seen that fragility before. Remember how Dwight Howard's arrival, despite the hype, fractured the harmony? Or how the endless carousel of star pieces around LeBron in his earlier LA years didn't translate to rings until the team gelled in 2020. In that bubble crucible where adversity forged champions, that championship was less about raw talent and more about mental steel, a trait Jrue embodies perfectly. But what if Jrue's presence on the roster disrupts the delicate balance we painstakingly rebuilt? What if his defense solidifies the perimeter but sends the locker room spinning into unfamiliar territory? What if this gamble fractures Reeves' burgeoning heart and soul connection with the team, the scrappy underdog, the city's own kid rising to stardom, embodying the blue-collar spirit Lakers fans bleed for? Could we be trading a future franchise voice, the fans' heartbeat, for a steep, aging veteran contract that could handcuff the team for years? But pause. Now imagine the flip side. Imagine LeBron and Luka Doncic carving out pick-and-roll symphonies, with Jrue locking down the best guards, stealing possessions, buying the wings and Big's precious seconds to breathe. What if this calculated risk snaps a decade of Lakers playoff frustrations into a weapon forged in veteran savvy? Jrue's arrival could be the catalyst to silence those pesky Warriors decibel records, the thunder that rattles Denver's lofty altitude fortress, and the shockwave that reclaims West supremacy from the Phoenix Suns and Clippers, both circling like sharks smelling blood in these uncertain waters. The ripple effect wouldn't be contained to Staples Center. It could rewrite the power structure of the entire conference. But here's the real undercurrent, and this is where it gets thick, because what if all this seismic activity inside the roster is commandeered by a bigger tectonic shift off the court? Jeannie Buss, the royal custodian of this franchise's soul, beloved and battle-tested, stands at a precipice herself. The whispers of billionaire suitors circling the Lakers' throne aren't just rumors, they're harbingers of a seismic leadership upheaval that could dismantle decades of Lakers culture and ethos. Imagine an oil baron, a tech mogul, or some billionaire who sees the Lakers not as a family, not as a legacy, but as a mere asset to be flipped or manipulated. What if Jeannie's steady hand loosens grip and that disruptor steps in, rearranging pieces on the chessboard with reckless ambition or cold calculations? The Lakers family might never feel the same. Could Jrue be the first domino falling in a chain reaction of changes that either catapult the team beyond our wildest dreams or plunge it into a fragmented identity crisis? And let's pull that thread back through history. Think Showtime, the golden age when Magic's passes danced like lightning and the city inhaled its purple and gold magic every night. Remember the 2000s three-peat, the blueprint of how dominance isn't just about superstars, but chemistry, grit, and a fearless belief in each other. Recall the 2010 revenge banner, a blood oath of redemption post-Kobe's trials, a testament that the Lakers' soul is steel forged through pain and joy. Then the 2020 bubble banner a saga of perseverance, adaptability, and unshakable focus in isolation. But after the parade, the decline crept in quietly: injuries, aging stars, botched trades. A front office missteps stacked up like a house of cards threatening to collapse. Drew's possible Lakers chapter could either be the next thrilling page or the epilogue to that story, a crossroads where all past glory and future hope collide under searing spotlight. Imagine fans packing Crypto.com Arena again, roaring with a mix of skepticism and hope as Drew cruises down the court, mixing veteran savvy with a hunger that refuses to extinguish. Picture the chills when he locks down Durant or Curry or Booker in a crucial moment, but then juxtapose that with the gnawing fear that this calculated gamble might backfire. Spectacularly, injuries hitting harder, chemistry fracturing, young stars frustrated, and the Lakers slipping back into the abyss of mediocrity we know all too well. What if the ripple shakes the West so violently that the Warriors and Nuggets adapt, the Suns exploit, and the Clippers recalibrate? The fight for supremacy might be overshadowed by Lakers fans' own torment, a team that wants to find glory now grappling with its own ghosts. Because this isn't just about basketball, this is the story of a franchise at war with itself, torn between honoring its illustrious past and desperately clutching at a viable future. As a Laker till the day I die, here's what I see coming. The Lakers aren't just trading players or chasing titles, they're fighting for their very identity, balancing on a razor's edge between renaissance and ruin. The next moves won't just echo in the rafters, but will reverberate through the hearts of every fan who has ever cried, cheered, or dared to dream in purple and gold. Now, I want to hear it from you. Drop your raw take below. Every true believer in purple and gold. Are we poised for a new dynasty with Drew's grit and LeBron's legacy intertwined? Or are we standing on the precipice of a heartbreaking gamble too costly to bear? This is our moment. This is our fight. This is Lakers. BASKETBALL, where everything is on the line and nothing is ever guaranteed.